How's it guys? So welcome back to another live session. Today we're going to try to take some trades. Obviously, at the moment the market is just retracing back to the upside. I am looking for more of a deeper retracement. For Bitcoin, we'll be going over the higher time frames, but essentially I'm waiting for price to come back up to this level over here at 27,070. Okay, so if price comes up to this zone, I will be taking a short back down to the lows. And the reason why I'm looking at a short is just based on the 1 hour chart here. You can see it closed bearish. And obviously, at the moment, this was our low, created a new low, and this could potentially be a higher, lower high, as we had this high over here created, and so on, right? So if this level doesn't get reached, well then, I won't be looking at a short now, because I still think that we might see a deeper retracement back up to these zones here. So yeah, at the moment, just staying patient. I do want to have a look at the dollar index to see what's happening. That's obviously going to give us a good indication where price is most probably going to go within the next couple hours here. So yeah, I mean, if you had to draw a trend line from this low to this low over here, this is obviously what needs to get respected. If price loses this trend line, you can see it more clearly on the 5 minute. You can see over here, price needs to stay above there in order for us to take some shorts. Okay, so I'm expecting a deeper retracement back up to this zone here, and hopefully we can maybe get hit within this level. So if you look at this level, it was support slash resistance over here, and support over here multiple times. So I do expect price to tap into that zone within the next couple hours. Let's go over the dollar index, as this is what's going to actually show where price is going to go within the next couple hours here. So if we have a look at this chart right now, let me take my other charts. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so in my last session, what I was waiting for is the dollar index to essentially come up to this zone over here for the dollar, right? So if price comes up to this area over here, then this would be a good area for you to take a long. So if the dollar keeps on increasing, then we are going to be coming down for Bitcoin in the short term. Okay, so at the moment the daily candle did close bullish, and this is just a minor retracement for the dollar. So because the dollar is coming down, we can actually maybe look for some longs. Let's see on the 1 hour to see if there's anything we can find. Over here, we do have this level of support that it's currently holding. Okay, if the dollar loses this level over here, right now, if it loses this zone, well then we might see Bitcoin move to the upside. Okay, so we may see Bitcoin come up to the upside, and I'll show you exactly where. Okay, so the level where I want to be shorting is that zone over here at 27K. But if it breaks to that level, we would have to wait for some type of closure on the higher time frames. Around about the 15 minutes to 30-minute time frame would be good to wait for that. But at the moment, because the dollar is coming down, we should expect Bitcoin to actually get a deeper retracement back up to those levels. Because once the dollar breaks this zone over here, then we're probably going to see this area get tapped to, and then obviously Bitcoin is most probably just going to come back up to these highs. Okay, so yeah, we do have to be patient here, as currently the market is obviously looking bearish. Like on the higher time frames, like I explained earlier, it is looking very bearish. But when looking at this chart, this was the support, right? So this was the support, and flips into resistance over there. Now it is flipping back into support. So essentially, price needs to stay above this zone in order for it to actually retrace. And we haven't had that retracement back up to this zone here, which is where I will be shorting back down to this zone. Okay, we could be losing these lows, right? So when you look at this chart, it's quite evident to see where the lows and the highs are. So we had our high here, we have our lower high here, we had our low over here, a lower low, another lower low over here. So we haven't actually made a lower high for Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. So that's why I won't be taking a short now, because I'm expecting price to make a move to the upside. Okay. So I am currently in a small long position for Bitcoin, but it's nothing too serious. The reason why I'm long is just based on the fact that I'm expecting price to come up to this zone. So if you do want to take this long with me, you can. You can have a small stop loss, but essentially I am long from this price here. Okay, and my take profit would be at this level here. Stop loss would have to be below this wick. Your risk reward is 1 to 2. So I am currently long at this level here for Bitcoin, because I'm expecting price to come up, especially when the dollar is losing this key level here. Okay, so it's losing this key level. And once we actually break this level here, then we're going to see the dollar come back down to this zone, right? So when the dollar comes down, we should see Bitcoin start to move up. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm in this position. Let's have a look at some other charts while we wait for that to happen. Filecoin, interesting development over here. This is our range, so we have our top of the range, so we can label that top of the range. Top range, and then this is the bottom of the range at the moment. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that is the main reason why I am long at the moment for Bitcoin, because I can see a few more people did join. I did take a small long at this level, and I'm just gonna put my stops below this wick here. I'm targeting this high, okay, and then once it hits this level, I'll be looking at shorting back down to the zone, because in the higher time frames, like I said, it's obviously more to the bearish side. So yeah, that's the main reason why I'm long, is mainly based on the dollar and what the dollar is doing right now. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look at some other charts. If you guys do have any charts you want me to go over, just let me know. We'll be able to go over those. Let's have a look at Solana, for instance. Solana's been very, very good lately. I actually took a short this morning when we had that down. I'll show you my thought process for that. Okay. Yeah, so yesterday's stream, if you guys were here on yesterday's stream, you would have taken that short that I put out on the channel, and where I was shorting was this level here, right? So I had my short from this zone over here, and I took profit at these lows, because that is where price is getting rejected from. Okay, so yeah, sure, I'll go over GRC for you now. So this is what my Solana short looked like, and at the moment I'm currently not in the position, but it looks like Solana does have this doji, which is technically bullish, so we could see price come up back up to this zone, and I could be looking at another short at this level. Okay, let's have a look at GRC, because at the moment Solana is not really printing anything. I actually haven't looked at GRC in a while. Okay, so let's have a look at the daily first to see if there's anything that's happening. So yes, today we actually had a massive move for GRT. That's very interesting. What I can see is that we do have this level here that is getting respected. So, okay, so we have that, and it's forming some type of triangle formation here, or more just a support at this level. Okay, so if you draw this from here to here, this is your support, and then you have your resistance at the top there. So on the daily time frame, this is what you should be looking at right now, and essentially this is what I will be looking at. If you go down to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that price is coming down, and what needs to happen is this trend line over here needs to get respected. Okay, unless if it doesn't get respected, then we're going to see price come down to lower lows. So if price actually holds this level, then we're probably going to see price come back up to this area over here. Look for sell at the zone, back down to these lows. Okay. But let's see what the 30-minute and the 15 are telling us, because we could potentially look at a potential long here, because it actually is at a very, very crucial level. So yeah, I mean, this looks very good for GRT. We take the flip from here to here. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take a long here, this could be interesting. Personally, I'm not going to take it long because I trade on CoinW and there's no GRT isn't a futures pair. So if you want to take the setup, it's around about a 4% gain. So you could take it at the current price over here, and your stop loss would have to be below this wick here, and looking at targeting these highs. Okay, so this looks very clean. This is something that you could take right now to these highs. Okay, so it's important to always go back to the dollar and see what's happening, because currently the dollar is losing this level here. Okay, so yes, it's losing this zone, and that's why we did take this long for Bitcoin here. So if you did just join right now, we did take that long position for Bitcoin. We aiming to take profit at these highs here for potential risk reward of 1 to 2. But yeah, this is GRT looking at a potential long here as well to target these highs. If we have a look at crypto bubble here, and this is something that I like to use just to see what's happening on the lower time frame. So if we look at the 1 hour chart, you can see that there's a bit more red than green at the moment, but I'm expecting some type of retracement here to the upside before we come down for all the coins. Okay, so especially when looking at the dollar, we can see price come down. But let's see over here, Bitcoin here. I mean, Bitcoin just needs to hold this level at around about this zone here at 26,832. If it holds this level, then it's obviously going to get a bounce, and we could see price come up. Because essentially what's happening right now is, if you draw this fib from this low to this high here, it can come back down to this level here before we see a bounce. Okay, so yeah, GRT, if you did take the setup, this is what I would do here for GRT. Take a long position at this zone. Okay, remember to just manage your risk. Don't over leverage. Obviously, if you're trading, you would already know this. So yeah, so we're currently long on Bitcoin and GRT right now. So yeah, if you guys did just join, this is what the situation is. But GRT looks like it will be very nice there, because we are getting a bounce from this trend line here. Yeah, so let's have a look at a few other coins, because at the moment the market is a bit slow. I do want to take a look at Ethereum. Yeah, so if you guys did just join, we did take this long setup for Bitcoin at this level here, and then obviously GRT, we are currently long at this zone. Okay, we will take a look at another coin here just to see if there's another potential setup. Like I said, if you guys do have any coins you want me to go over, just put it in the chat, and I can go over that for you guys. I want to go over XRP, because what's interesting with the XRP is it's been outperforming the altcoin market quite a lot, and it moves way more than most coins. Okay, so XRP is actually forming some type of resistance level over here, which is what I will be waiting for to take a long position. at the zone, okay? And then also we have this support that is actually holding over here. Yeah, this looks very clean for XRP. Yeah, on the 5-minute, very evident that price just needs to break above here in order to take some longs. And then obviously break below here to take some shorts. So at the moment, XRP does look good for a potential setup, but I will have to wait for price to actually close above this level here for a long position, back up to these highs. But essentially, I'm only really long on Bitcoin at the moment. And then obviously GRT. Yeah, GRT closed bullish here on the 15 minutes. So this looks very good. Yeah, sorry, my trading view is very slow today. So let's see how this plays out. I'll just keep this up. This is the trade that we're in. You know, if you want to enter, you're still getting it at a better price than what I got it at. But it's looking like the market structure should be shifting to the upside here, to these highs. Okay. So currently just long here, and then obviously GRC we long at this price around about 0.13105. So yeah, those are the current setups. The market is very slow. Main reason why we're long is based on this chart right here for the dollar index, right? It's losing this key level, which is obviously the reason why we should see price coming to the upside, okay? Yeah, so let's just wait here and see what happens. But essentially, it does look quite clean. You mentioned ETH. I'll go over ETH now. Let's go over ETH. Yeah, so essentially with Ethereum, it would probably be very similar to Bitcoin. But let's have a look here. Yeah, so this is what I was waiting for yesterday, right? If you can see my lines that I drew over here, this is where the levels that you need to be watching out for. Okay, so this was obviously our trend line over here. Price lost this zone over here and formed a new lower high. So this was our high in the market over here. This is our lower high, and we're forming these lows over here. Okay, so at the moment we are seeing a retracement. So I would expect ETH to probably come back up to the zone. You could look at shorting back down to this area over here. Once you actually go down to the lower time frames, it will be a bit more evidence of what's happening. So on the 15 minutes, we had this bullish run up within the small 2 o'clock of the day here, and what is actually happening now is we're seeing price come up a little bit because of the dollar index. Okay, so like I drew over there, I will take it away, but essentially we're waiting for price to come back up to the 1873 level. We have a look at the 5 minutes here. This is the level that needs to hold. Okay, so if price stays above this level over here, it should be good for longs back up to these highs. Okay. probably around about this level here at 1873. That would be a good area to obviously look at a potential short. Okay, so yeah, currently just waiting for the price action to obviously play out. Like I said, I am obviously long here for Bitcoin. So let's wait for this next 15-minute candle to close, because this will give us an indication of if price is going to carry on to the upside. If this flips bearish, we will see a test of this trend line over here, but that's pretty much about it. If it breaks that trend line and closes below it, so if we see a candle to close below this level here, then that would indicate price to come down. But if it bounces from the zone, then it's obviously a good setup, and I would keep my trade in. Okay, so that's pretty much what we have at the moment. Then Ethereum, I wouldn't take too many longs right now, but Ethereum is holding this level, so you could look at a potential long from the zone here. And what's nice about this setup, it's on the 5-minute time frame, so you can put your stops at 0.1%, which is very, very small, and your take profit would be like this, where your take profit one would actually be at this level here. Let me show you. Okay, so your TP1 would be here at this high, and then your TP2 would be at 1873. So if you want to take the setup, it's a very risk-free setup. Your risk to reward for this is 1:7. Okay, so taking it long now wouldn't be a bad idea. And your stop loss is so small, it won't even matter, right? So it's a 0.1% stop loss. Yeah, so let's see. The dollar is losing this level here, so that's why we would take a long for Ether, and then obviously long on Bitcoin as well. So taking longs now is the better play, but overall, like I said earlier, we are currently bearish. Okay, yeah. So yeah, if you want to take this long, 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓, you definitely can. Just look to take profits at 1866 and then 1873. And your stop loss at 1859 would be probably the best place to put your stops. Okay. Yeah, so Bitcoin looks like we may get a move here. If we look at the 5-minute, obviously the 5-minute is retracing a bit here. So the 5-minute needs to close a bullish here to actually keep the momentum to the upside. We take a look at the volume. It is increasing here. We had a nice volume spike over there. We need to see continuously green volume spikes to obviously get an indication of price coming up. Okay. So that's the setups at the moment. Obviously, you have your stop loss and your take profit in place. So if things do turn bad, it won't be. Yeah, it's very short term. It's based on the 5-minute and the 1 hour, but also based on the dollar index losing this level here. Okay, so once the dollar loses the zone here, let's have a look at the 30 minutes, because that is where we would probably need to take this. Yeah, so if we go to the 30-minute time frame. Sorry, my laptop's very slow. There must be too many things open here. Let's actually close this. Refresh this. Yeah, so let's take a look at the dollar index. Yeah. Yeah, the dollar index here on the 15. Yeah, I mean it's still at support. We would need the higher time frame to close below here, like the 30-minute, for example. We would need to see a closure below this level here, which would give us an indication that price is most probably going to carry on going up for Bitcoin and ETH, and then obviously GRT as well, which is what we're looking at. So it looks like there is a bit more selling pressure coming in here, but it doesn't look too bad. It's still a trade I would take any day of the week. We just need to see a respect of this trend line here, okay? So currently price is just trading above the zone. So on the 15 minutes, you can see that there is this trend line over here. Price is holding this level. Once price actually taps into the zone, I'm expecting a bounce. So if you haven't entered this Bitcoin trade, then you could look at entering it at this level here. Okay, so you can actually move this down, and entering it at a lower price wouldn't be a bad idea. So that's the current setup for Bitcoin. I think we do have news there. If we have a look at Forex Factory, this is where I get all my news. Okay. So today we have, let's have a look. GDP month to month. Wait, is this? Sorry, that was yesterday. So today we have non-farm employment change, unemployment claims, and then manufacturing PMI a bit later. Okay. So yeah, I mean it does look like we will see a bit of volume at around about 4, which is in the next half an hour, because currently the volume is quite low. Yeah, so just currently in this long here. Yeah, well, for Bitcoin, I'm currently long. You can enter at the current price. So let's just say you enter now. You would keep your stop loss below this level here at 26,759. You would have to put it below that level because that's where we normally see a bounce. Then your take profit would be at 27K for Bitcoin. Yeah, so you could enter at the current price. It doesn't have to be a limit order. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the setup. Nothing too crazy. I mean, the market is just doing nothing really. We do have a bit more purple volume. So at the bottom here, this shows you the volume. But the thing is, you have to wait for the candle to close in order for the volume to actually reset. Okay. So currently, obviously, it's purple because we're seeing that it's currently bearish in terms of like the actual candle. But when the candle actually closes, that's when you would see the change in the volume. Okay. Yeah, so like I said earlier, you would have to wait for price to tap into the zone over here at 27K to take a short. So let's just see how this 15-minute candle closes. Obviously, if it closes bearish, it's still gonna. I'll be still waiting for price to actually respect this trend line. Okay, so if price respects this trend line, then we most probably gonna see a bounce to the upside. So just bear in mind, this is a short-term trade. I'm not gonna be holding this for more than the next half an hour. I'll be waiting for price to tap into this high here. I'll take profit at this level, and then I'll take profit at this level here. So yeah, that is pretty much what I'm doing now, because currently the dollar is still coming down. If I'm correct, on the 1 hour time frame, we can see that it's holding this level here, which is why Bitcoin is struggling a bit at the moment. Yeah, so the 15 did close bearish, and the 30 would obviously also close bearish. Yeah, that's fine. But what's important to note here, look at this, right? Where was our resistance? Right over here, right? Did it close below? No, it didn't. Okay, so it didn't close below. So that implies that price may actually bounce from the zone. So that's why I'm not going to actually take out this position, because price is most likely going to bounce from this area, as this was our previous resistance zone. Obviously, we may see price come back down, tap into this area here, but I mean, I'm expecting price to come up to the upside. Yeah, if you look at the 5-minute, right, it's still respecting these highs. I'm expecting price to come up. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, there's not much else that we can really go over. I'm not going to look at too many other different setups, because currently just waiting around. But yeah, let me know if you guys want me to go over another chart. I can go over anything that you would like, as the market is pretty slow right now. Like I said, we do need to wait an hour for New York to open, and once New York opens, we should see some volume to the upside. Yeah, there's that bounce we're waiting for. Okay. Yeah, so I'll keep this in. The reason why I'm keeping this in, and the reason why I didn't actually want to like look at closing it was just solely based on the fact that on the 5-minute time frame and the 15-minute, it's still respecting the zone, right? Respecting this this triangle. I mean this line. So because we're respecting this level, taking a long from the zone would be ideal. Yeah. So looking at this. So what I'll do right now, if price actually taps into this orange, this yellow line over here at 26,891, what I'll do is I'll actually bring my stop loss from here, and I'll move it to around about here, or like here, and then once price hits my take profit 1 at this level here, I'll move my stop loss to this line. Okay, so every single time it's tapping into different zones, yeah, I will be moving my stop loss just to manage my risk and my exposure in the market. Because if I leave my stop loss to here, and let's say for example it doesn't reach this target and then comes back down and hits my stop loss due to example news coming out within the next hour or so, then it's obviously the wrong play to do. So that's pretty much the setup that we are currently in. Let me know if there's any other charts you want me to go over. But I mean, yeah, this is what I would do is I would actually put a like a limit order to sell out over here 50%, and then sell out the rest at this high over here, for example. Yeah, the dollar looks like it should come down here. Are we just seeing a bit of a retracement? But yeah, currently just long, waiting for price action to occur. There's really not much else that we can really see here. Yeah, I mean, you can see that there is a bit of volume here for on the bullish side. If it closes bullish like this, I would expect price to carry on to the upside, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good closure. So you can see that when we had this bearish volume over here in the bottom, and because this bullish volume actually closed a bit higher, you know, we should see price come up a bit here. So I'll give it another 15 minutes, and then what I'll do is if there's no other questions or there's no other charts you want me to go over, we will let that slide, and we'll look at something else. So what I'll do is put a take profit at this level here, TP1 over there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks clean, right? Respecting the highs on the 15, respecting the highs on the 5, and then obviously respecting the highs on the 1 minute time frame as well. So yeah, currently just gonna wait this out. The problem is there's just not enough volume to make this actually worth a short-term trade. So this trade may be a bit longer than expected, just because due to no volume. But normally, what you would see is when you get a bit of volume on this indicator here, we should see a bit of a spike. But we may just see a spike out of nowhere, right? So as long as it respects its low, as long as price respects its low, and there is a bit of a trend line here that price can break, move to the upside. So that's currently what we're waiting for. Yeah, so we're only in this position here. Sorry, bad. And then we're waiting for that short at 27K. Does look like there's a lot of lines on my chart, so what I'll do is I'll actually delete this. We don't need that for now. And then the fib we don't need, because we've already done the analysis, right? And those are pretty much the lines that you need to be watching out for. Then TP2, I would actually put TP2 over here. Yeah, you can just see that it's so slow. The dollar should be coming down though. If we have a look at the 5 or the 15, yeah. I mean, once the dollar breaks these lows, we should see Bitcoin start to move a bit more frequently, because this is a low that's holding it up. See price move back down to this zone. We do have a bit of support over here. And then obviously over here we have a bit of support. So, but I mean, it's changing the actual structure of the market. So we broke this level here. We broke this level over here. So once we break this low over here, then we probably see price move down for the dollar. And then obviously Bitcoin, we just gonna stay in this trade until price actually hits our target. But like I said, once you hit TP1, you move your stop loss up, right? So you can even put it a bit lower here, but I'm gonna leave it down here. Yeah, so that's pretty much the setup We did take this setup now. If you guys did just join, this is what we're in. It's a Bitcoin long. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it on the screen. If you guys have any questions regarding this trade, let me know, and I can explain my thesis on how I actually got to this trade. But I did explain it in the beginning of the video, so if you want to go back and rewatch that, you can. But essentially, we are basically just long because we're respecting this high. We're still trading within the trend line, and we are currently in a 5-minute uptrend, right? So three things saying that price is most probably going to get a bounce from this area, take profit here, and then take profit here. Move your stop loss to break even at this level. So your stop loss will be over here, and then once it hits this zone, you could actually move your stop here and then let it run, or let it come back down and hit your stop loss. So very, very simple setup. And if this 15-minute does close bullish here above this most previous high over here, so for example, if price closes above here, this would be a good indication that we're probably going to come up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this is the setup. I'll just keep it on the screen for now while we just watch the setup play out. But like I said, you want to keep on moving your stop loss to levels. We did go over GRT earlier. Let's have a look at how that's planning out. So we did take a long position for GRT. Yeah, so this was our setup for GRT here. If you guys did just join, we are currently long here from the zone. And then obviously Bitcoin, we are long. So we long on 2 of these coins currently. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Looks like the 5-minute did close above the zone we wanted, but it's obviously the 15-minute zone. It's not the 5-minute zone. So we need this next 15-minute candle to close above here. That would be great, because that would give us an indication that price is actually gonna start moving to the upside to our take profit 1 level over there. Okay. But if it doesn't close above, it doesn't mean it's not going to carry on going up. It just will give us a bit more confirmation that it's going to go up. Because at the moment, I mean, it looks bullish, right? Close above the most recent highs, take out these highs. Needs to take out these highs. We'll probably see a push. But yeah, I think that's pretty much that. I'm not going to carry on with this stream. It has been around about 45 minutes. And obviously, I would like to see it hit take profit in the stream, but due to no volume, there's just not enough volume in the market for price to actually keep on pushing higher. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys staying for this long. I will stay until the next 15-minute candle closes, and then we can actually call it. But keep your longs in, and just keep moving your stop losses. Because the only way to manage your risk in this scenario would be to keep moving your stop loss up, right? So our stop loss is below this low, but if you actually put it below this low right over here, your risk to reward is a lot better. So let's see how this next 15-minute closes. So this would give us a great indication if price is going to carry on going up. Yeah, if you want to put your stop loss a bit higher, you can. You can put it at around about 26,837. This would obviously be a bit more safer, and it would manage your risk a bit more. So yeah, currently just need to be patient here and wait. And you don't need to watch the chart the whole time. That's what I'm trying to imply. You just need to actually. Oh, there we go. So the 15-minute did close. The volume isn't really there. Obviously, there is a bit of volume, but it's not that great. GRC is moving very nicely. Yeah, so this setup is very good. But yeah, I think we're gonna call the stream. I do appreciate you guys coming in. So your take profit one for Bitcoin is at 26,938. Take profit two would be 27,000, around about those levels. But yeah, thanks again, guys. If you want to move your stops up to above there, then you can. And also in the below captions, we do have all the links that you need in terms of trading. So I do teach trading on the CoinW platform, and I also teach it to people that don't really understand how to trade. And it's very basic, from the basic to the advanced. We do go through a whole series of different strategies and different topics that I do speak about, and then we also post signals on that chat, as well as market updates every single day for the rest of the month until the end of the year, right? So yeah, if you're interested in that, you can definitely join below. It is free.